hello everyone. Today I am again here with a again very simple topic that every one of you know and hope you will enjoy. So the topic is parts of the plant with their respective functions. So what is the topic? Parts of the plant with their respective functions. So you can see on the board. I am not a very good artist, so I can't draw better than this. So it's a structure of a plant. It's the structure of a plant. So here I am going to discuss about all the parts of the plant along with their functions. Well, let me start. So, as I have said earlier, this is the structure of a plant. So the plant has two systems. It is divided into two parts first of all. One is the root system and another is the shoot system. The part of the plant which is below the ground, that we can't see, that remains below the ground, it's called the root system. The part of the plant that remains below the ground is called the root system, and the part of the plant that is above the ground, that we can see. Normally whenever we go out, we always see the above part of the plant only. We don't go and see the below part of the plant. So, and the above part of the plant is called the shoot system. So, the plant is divided into two parts, the root system and the shoot system. Now, I will go in details. The root system is built up of only roots. You will find only roots in the root system. Now, as you can see in the picture, this is the root which is below the soil. Now, maybe it is below the soil, but it is a very important part of the plant. The roots play a vital role in the development of the plant. You know how? What is the function of the root? Now what happened? The root is here in the soil, it's dig up in the soil. So it absorbs all the water and the minerals from the soil, and it transports the water and the minerals to the leaves. It transports the water and minerals to the leaves. And as you know that leaves require the waters and minerals in the process of photosynthesis. So the first function of the root is it absorbs the water and minerals from the soil and it circulate the water and minerals to the leaves. This goes the first function. Our second function is now we have seen that the tree is standing straight and something is fixing the tree with the soil. It's not bending or it's not falling. If a strong wind also comes, sometimes it just goes down and again it comes up. But it is transformed on the ground only. How come it is happening? It's happening due to the root helps the plant to stand erect as it fixes the plant to the soil. It fixes the plant to the soil. And it helps the plant to stand erect. It helps the plant to stand erect. This goes the second function. Now here comes the third function. You know radish, turnip, carrot, every one of you know. So what are they actually? Yes, you will say we eat radish and carrot for salad, but actually what are they? They are the roots of the plant. They are the roots of the plant. So the roots of some plants, they store the food in themselves. They store the food in themselves, and those parts are edible. Edible means we can eat those parts. So again, in short, the roots performs one more function of root is the root helps to stop soil erosion. The root, what it goes, it takes all as it is below the ground. It helps the soil to stick together. It helps the soil to stick together. And in the other hand, it helps to stop the soil erosion. Okay, so short, we are listing here 4 functions of the roots. The first one is the root absorbs water and minerals from the soil and it transports to all the parts of the leaf. The second point is the root fixes the plant to the soil. Who fixes the plant to the soil? The root. Yes, the root fixes the plant to the soil. The third point is some roots such as radish, the roots of some plants such as radish, turnip and carrot, they store the food in themselves and when we eat those root. And the fourth point is the root helps in, what can I say? Helps to stop the soil erosion. The roots helps to stop the soil erosion. Is it clear? Okay. Now I am coming to the part that is above the ground. That part is called the shoot system. That part is called the shoot system. Now the shoot system is built up of, as you can see here, stem, then branches, flower, bud, fruit. Yeah, and leaves also there. You can also go down as leaves. It's a very important part. We cannot forget about this. Leaves. Yes. So the shoot system is built up of stem, leaves, branches, flower, bud and fruit. I hope it is clear up to this. Now we'll discuss about one by one. Now first the stem. What is the function of the stem? Above the ground, the part which we'll see is going up is called the stem. So, and the function of the stem is, the stem is built, it contains in itself the leaves, branches, flowers, buds and fruits. All are attached to the stem only. And the stem helps the plant to stand erect. The stem helps the plant to stand erect. In some plants, that one we can discuss when we will discuss the topic types of plants. We can see there some plants we will see that it's creeping on the ground. It's creeping on the ground, or we will see that some plants are taking the help of other wall or anything to climb up. Creepers and climbers, they also have a stem, but their stem is very weak. They have a green weak stem that cannot stand erect. So those plants need the help of other to move and they cannot stand erect. So the first most function of the stem is the stem helps the plant to stand erect. The second portion is, as we have seen just now, the roots absorb the minerals and water from the soil and it transport to the leaves. Now from the root, how the water and minerals will pass up to the leaves? Who helps? Who is the carrier? The stem. The stem helps the water and minerals. It takes the water and minerals from the roots and it transports it to the leaves. It transports it to the leaves. So the first point of stem is it helps the plant to stand erect. Second is it absorbs the water and minerals from the root and it transports it to the leaves. The third point is after the food is being prepared by the leaves, again the stem helps it in transporting to all the other parts of the leaves. The stem helps in transporting the food to other parts of the leaf. Okay, up to this. Now again we'll see. Now stems are also different types. We have green weak stems. We have strong brown color stems. Have you seen the difference between the stem of a mango tree and the stem of a rose plant? Have you seen? Yes. The stem of a mango tree, it's round, it's brown in color, it's thick. But the stem of a rose plant, it will be very thin. So that one we can discuss later, that some stems are of different types. In trees you will find a type of stems. Again in shrubs you will find other type of stems. So that one we can discuss later. So up to this it is clear. The stem has the three functions we are seeing. It helps the plant to stand erect. It absorbs the water and minerals from the root and it carries it to the leaves. and it helps to transport the food prepared by the leaves to all the parts of the plant. Okay, now after stem we go to the leaves. So the leaf is the very important part of the plant. As we know, the leaves is called the kitchen of the plant. The leaf is called the kitchen of the plant. The leaves prepare. Why it is called the kitchen of the plant? Because the leaves prepare the food for the plant. The leaves prepare the food for the plant. Also, beside kitchen of the plant, it is called the factory for the plant. The kitchen is the leaves are called the factory of the plant. Now, what is the function of the leaves? As we know, what is the color of the leaves? The leaves are usually green in color, and why it is so? It is because of the presence of the green pigment called chlorophyll. It is due to the presence of the green pigment called chlorophyll. Leaves contain chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll helps in the process of photosynthesis. So if we list down the functions of the leaves, we can say that leaves gives out oxygen. Leaves gives out oxygen and takes in carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. So the first function is leaves gives out oxygen and takes in carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. And this photosynthesis process, it happens during daytime. That means during daytime the plant gives out oxygen and it takes in carbon dioxide which is required for the process of photosynthesis. But what happens during night? During night the opposite thing happens. During night the leaves take oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. The leaves takes oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. So it maintains like this, it maintains a balance. Now the third function of leaf is leaves contain starch in them. Leaves contain starch in them. As we know, leaves contain starch in them. And leaves and even leaves of some plants like cabbage, lettuce, spinach, they store food in them, and those food which are edible. Those food are edible. So the function of the leaves are called the factory of the plant or the kitchen of the plant, as it helps as it prepares the plant as it prepares the food for the green plant. Second is leaves gives out oxygen and takes in carbon dioxide, and thus it helps the human beings and animals to survive, as oxygen is a very important gas for us and we can't live without oxygen. The third point is some leaves store foods in them and those leaves are edible to us. We eat those leaves. So this is in short the function of leaf. Now we go to the flowers. Flowers helps in reproduction. Sometimes we have, maybe you know, pollen grains like this. Sometimes the bees come and sit in the flower. They take the pollen grains and they fly away. In this way it helps in the dispersal of pollens, and such a way the reproduction takes place. So the flower's main function is it makes the plant attractive, it is beautiful to see, and it helps in reproduction. And next we come to the fruit. The fruit has seeds enclosed inside them, and those seeds helps in the plantation of other plants. So, and the fruits are edible to us. Fruits gives us energy. So in short, these are all the functions of the plants. Now I want to show you a real plant. Hope you will like it. Now see, can you see it? This is a plant. Now see, the plant has two systems, root system and shoot system. Just look at the root of the plant. This part remains always under the ground, and this is called the root of the plant. and above the ground, this part, it is called the shoot of the plant. Now see, those are the branches. Branches come stem. This one doesn't have any indirectly stem. Those are only the stem and branches. And those are the leaves. Leaves are the roots absorb the water and mineral from the soil and it brings it up to here, and from here the stem and the branches help it carry it to the leaves. Now in the leaves the food is being prepared. In this leaf the food is being prepared, and after preparation the leaves again transport it to the all the parts of the plant. So this is root, this is stem, branches, leaves, and you can see here flowers. And see, this is the bud, this small that is yet to grow still now. Maybe tomorrow morning it will grow. This is the bud. Can you see? This is the bud. Wait. This portion is the bud. Yeah, this is the bud. The bud usually grows into a flower, and this is the flower. I don't have any fruit presently, so I can't show you in practical. So I think so the class is very clear to you that what are the parts of the plant and what are their functions. And so I end up my session here. Hope you will enjoy. We will meet again with some other topics. Till then, bye. Thank you.